Salve, everyone!
That was Italian, everyone.
Yes, everyone!
Why are we saying everyone?
I don't know. But hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Generation Gap.
Yeah.
This is the only lighthearted podcast starring two giggly girls, gathering people from different generations to discuss some not so lighthearted topics. I have that by heart by now.
Today's episode is like very, very, very dear to my heart.
Very dear to my heart. Why, Nidhi?
Because we're gonna talk about food.
We're gonna talk about food. Yay. Guys, quick disclaimer before this episode. So usually we plan okay, our listeners should take away something from the episode. It should be something meaningful, but this is just for fun because we just want to talk about food.
Yeah.
So let's not waste any time.
Yeah.
Let's get introducing our guest. Maybe you want to introduce our first guest?
Yes, our first guest is from our generation, Gen Z, our former head girl, Nazeem.
Yay!
Yay!
Our second guest is someone we are bringing back on popular demand from the Insecurities episode. Please welcome Miss Natasha from the generation of millennials. Okay guys, time to get hungry. Okay, in segment 1, we are talking about our favorite foods and where we get them from. So your favorite foods and your favorite food joints. So what would you say is your favorite sweet and savory foods?
I would obviously say kunafa. Living in Dubai, there is nothing more sweeter or better than kunafa.
Maybe loves
Cheesy with.
kunafa.
No, it's not
Oof.
kunafa. It's lugai.
Oh, you like? I don't like Arab sweet. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude. There's like this place behind my house where like they put Nutella on top of the kunafa, bro.
What about savory? What's your favorite savory food?
For savory food, I'm actually more of a fan of sweet food than savory. But I would say ramen. I don't think that's exactly savory, but I like
it
it.
counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like noodles?
Yeah, I think my favorite, I think I don't have favorites. They keep switching up all the time, but
Same.
of late I've developed a liking. I mean, in terms of sweet, I've developed a liking towards cinnamon rolls. They're just so satisfying.
Yeah.
Like-
oh my god.
Yeah.
I like
I
smelling them
know.
as well.
The smell is
Yeah, I mean, it's just super satisfying, and like anything in dark chocolate for me, I love dark chocolate in general. I know it's a little bitter, and like I get the whole.
No, but like it's really nice.
Ruhi, that is just like yuck, why?
He doesn't even have chocolate.
I don't even have chocolate. Yeah. I don't.
Yeah, I
chocolate.
remember that you despise chocolate whenever you used to come home and stuff. So I get it.
Yeah.
Yo,
anything. Yeah, eat
Yeah,
only white
she-
chocolate. I know, odd, but like I just from when I was
Only
small, I
white.
just love chocolate.
Yeah, I have this friend who really enjoys white chocolate. So like I decided like for her birthday I'm gonna gift her a bag of sugar because it's the same thing.
Oh my god.
Same thing, yeah. And milk, just sugar and milk. I don't know.
Yeah,
White
exactly.
chocolate is good.
It's disappointing.
Very.
It's too
I just
sugary.
don't like chocolate. No. I like.
Actually, I like the sugary, but like,
It's just-
chocolate.
Chocolate's
Like
massive.
it's just too sugary. Like okay, milk chocolate is fine, or like the one with the flavors is also fine. Like I don't know, maybe it's just my taste, but like, I can't deal with milk chocolate. I have it and I'm just like, no, not for me. So yeah, but in
like
terms of savory food, I definitely think pasta is like an all-time favorite. Any kind,
Yes.
Oh,
like
yes.
pesto or like
Do you,
tortellini or
which
like
sauce?
anything.
Which sauce do you guys like?
Alfredo.
Same.
I like I like a mix of both actually, or pesto.
pink sauce.
Yeah, I know they call it pink sauce, but like I think there's an actual name for it.
Yeah.
But
It just looks pink. It's a pink sauce.
yeah, I mean, you can't have enough. And I really, really enjoy like really flavorful pasta with like lots of garlic and cheese, and I was like,
Yes.
satisfying.
Oh my god. The best place to get pasta is the Cheesecake Factory. Very good pasta. Their
having-
fettuccine alfredo. Oh my god, so good.
The only time
Yeah, the chipotle pasta is sick. Like, oh, Cheesecake Factory and pasta. Dude.
Oh, so because like I'm based out of India and stuff, so the only time I visited Dubai is Dubai airport. Like I was going to the US, so I just came and just had a pit stop at the airport. But I think, oh yeah, off late in India, like Domino's and stuff has come out with this pizza that has pasta on it.
Okay.
Like literally, like instead of vegetables or like meat or like cheese and stuff, they have pasta on it and they put cheese on it and they bake it. I'm just like, just eat it separately. What is the problem?
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. Actually, it wasn't bad. So we ordered it for dinner because my mom was like, "Why not? Let's just try something new." And I was like, "Why?" But she was like, "Let's just do it." And it wasn't bad, but there was this one flavor. Like at home, they love eating spicy food. They don't tolerate like sweet food and stuff. Like especially when you're eating savory, right? Like for a meal, like if any sabzi or anything is sweet, they'll be like, "Please, just pour some red chili powder into this and make it spicy." Like you can't make
butter
it.
chicken.
Butter chicken, yes. So the thing is, in the hotels and stuff, they actually put in sugar and like other flavored things. But at home, when we make it, we add in a little more spice because our spice tolerance is higher, and we want it to be tasty and creamy, not sweet.
Yeah, same.
So
That's what we
like
do.
the sweetness actually comes out from the onions and tomatoes and like certain
Caramelized
No,
ingredients.
are
Yeah.
there onions? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's something I've noticed in India. Like, when you,
Yeah.
so there was this once I went to Bangalore and I really wanted an Alfredo pasta, right? And I went and ordered it, and they put like these red masala thing on top of it to make it spicy. I wanted cheesy, bro. Cheesy. That's why I ordered Alfredo. I'm sorry. They made it like I don't know.
Next time you, first of all, whenever you're going to Bangalore next, you should eat from Truffles. It's divine and they understand what cheesy pasta is. And just tell them white sauce. Just tell them the colors.
Yeah, literally, I said white sauce and they made it red.
Yeah.
Never again.
Yeah, but there's like a couple of places in Bangalore that's really good for food. So
I remember
Yeah.
you had taken us to this there's a place called Cream and Fudge. I was telling Nivi that day, and I keep fantasizing about their ice cream.
which place?
Cream and Fudge.
Oh, cream and fudge. Oh wow, I haven't been there in a very long time.
You like when I was so small, and I still remember.
That's so cute. Oh my god, that place is still there, by the way. Now there's like a whole bunch of new places. There's this place in Chennai called Amelie's where the ice creams, they make it in house. Like it's not like Cream and Fudge where there's like multiple outlets or like you could like it's all made in the factory and like everybody gets shipped off to a certain amount. In Amelie's, I had masala butter popcorn flavored ice cream. It blew my mind.
Oh.
Like literally, it
good?
blew my mind. It was so good. Like I couldn't tell. Like suddenly I'm just eating ice cream. Something's cold, but then something's buttery, and then something's spicy. I'm like, what is going on in my mouth? I don't get
Can you
it.
imagine? Oh my god, I want to taste that. I love anything salted caramel. That's like my ultimate favorite.
Yeah. Oh, they have like a really nice salted caramel, sea salt caramel or something. And they have a cheesecake ice cream, a New York cheesecake ice cream. It is divine. It is so good.
Nivi doesn't like cheesecake. What rubbish. I love cheesecake.
It's okay. This ice cream is worth
Yeah.
trying. Like it is worth trying. If not anything else.
Right.
I like cheesecake. Yeah. And like I think over the years like my tolerance towards ice creams has reduced a lot. Like I can't like as a kid I could eat like a lot of it, like 2 scoops like a sundae and all of that.
That's
like,
me now.
Yeah. Like now I look at it and I'm just like, this is very stressful to consume.
I really relieve stress. Ice cream relieves stress, not gives stress.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like during exams and stuff, it's like
Exactly.
3 buckets of ice cream. Yo.
Yes.
Like yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like as you grow older, you can't really consume that much sugar unless you've been doing it for a while. Now the thing is, my sugar tolerance has come down to a very large extent because I've actively made those changes. Like I don't want to rot from the inside, okay? But yeah, so I just think like I couldn't eat an entire Sunday or anything. By like, in fact, last week I had gone out for a drive with my friends and we went to this place called Cold Stone Creamery, which is again similar to Cream.
Cold Stone is, yeah.
Yeah, it's there as well, right? So they had this very interesting cake batter ice cream. I took a bite and I was like, this is delicious. So I told him that day I was feeling like crazy. I was like, oh yeah, make a sundae. Oh, do this, put in all those things, beat it up, do your shit, like it's fine.
Yeah, they play with the ice cream.
So anyway, I just told them mix it up, do whatever you want, it's all good. And when I had it, I was like, I ate 2-3 bites. I was really enjoying it. Then after a point, I just told my friend, please, you eat it. He can eat 3 tubs of ice cream in one go, even now.
Even I can do that. Yeah, same.
Great. All of y'all come here. I will take you all out, and whatever I want to taste, I will taste, and you'll eat the rest. Beautiful.
Okay, so next we're gonna talk about traditional food versus intercontinental food, which we already had the conversation before the recording, but I like to repeat. So, do you guys, what are your traditional foods, and do you all prefer them over intercontinental food, or do you all prefer intercontinental food?
I would prefer both, honestly. Depending on my mood and what I'm craving at that point.
Yeah.
What is your traditional food, or what are your traditional foods?
I come from Kerala, so
Okay.
banana leaf, rice, curry, coconuts if you're I don't know.
I come from a Sindhi household, so there's a lot of,
Yes.
I think, curry chawal, dal chawal,
Yes.
Sindhi aloo took, sai bhaji, kokis,
Yes.
all of that. Sindhi food is just, it's soul satisfying. I think, everywhere you get Punjabi food and dhaba food and all of that, we have the same roots, but it's not as popular as you would probably, how Punjabi food is, right? You can go and get it, and paneer, dal, everything is practically made the same way, but only slightly the flavors differ, and some things are more traditional to Sindhi households. So I'll tell you a little fun fact. There's a mushroom that's called dingri, okay? And guchi.
Funny name.
I didn't know about this degree.
Yeah, so this is a fun fact that I'm telling you. Now, the thing is that these mushrooms, they're very expensive, and they grow somewhere on the foothills of the Himalayas. And in Sindhi households, it's a tradition that any time a girl gets married, or there's a huge occasion in the family, these mushrooms are made in a curry with potatoes and stuff, and it is served with rice, buga chawal, that is caramelized onion rice. And it's considered a delicacy, too good, oh my god, amazing, and all of that. They are so expensive. It's almost 40,000 rupees a kilo.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah. So people now, they buy it in minuscule quantities, or so if you want the whole mushroom, it's more expensive. There's different variations of it, how you have it with dry fruits, right? The whole dry fruit, the split one, and unseeded, seeded, there's a bunch of variations. Same thing with mushrooms. So there's brittle pieces of it, there's a whole pieces of it, there's medium pieces of it, all of that. So I think dingri is slightly cheaper, but guchi almost goes up to, I know the words sound damn funny, but either of them, I think, dingri is slightly lesser, which is around, I think, 35,000 rupees a kilo, and guchi is almost 65,000 rupees a kilo. It's damn expensive.
It's mad expensive, yeah.
Why?
Yeah, and people buy it as a delicacy. Literally, they would say that,
Tradition.
After the girl gets married, and the son-in-law comes to the house, and it's considered a huge deal, and they make it at that point, and I'm just why? Why are you making this? So I remember Mom made it once, and I was like, what is this atrocity?
Is it that bad?
No, so the thing is, that mushroom has an acquired taste. A lot of Japanese food, a lot of Chinese food, they have different types of mushrooms, right? And the kind of mushrooms that we eat, I don't know if you guys like mushrooms. I love them.
I
love mushrooms.
Yeah. But there's so many different types, right? You have those really small ones, and you have the Chinese shiitake mushrooms.
Shiitake.
Yeah.
The really tall ones.
Yeah, so all of these are very, very different. So again, this one has a very acquired taste because it's grown in the mountains. The region is different. It's difficult to source. It's difficult to farm. All of these aspects are there. And when you make it, they say it supposedly tastes a lot like meat, like mutton. But when I had it, I just think like as kids, I remember telling my mom that just give me the aloo and the curry. I don't want to eat that, please. And I would just eat that with a little bit of curd, and I would be done. And now,
So expensive for nothing.
no, some people really enjoy it. They like the richness of flavors, and like it's again, it's a very acquired taste, right? Like how sushi is an acquired taste, or anything else for
Yeah.
that matter. This also is an acquired taste. So, yeah, this is a little fun fact. What's in the food, guys? But I think from my preference in terms of Indian food, I mean Sindhi food versus intercontinental food, I know that I enjoy eating dal chawal, curry chawal, and like whatever's made at home, or the roti, sabzi, anything really. But I can't do it 7 days a week. I need variety.
Yeah, agreed.
Me too.
Like-
like Thursday night is when we go, like when we have food from outside, and everyone's still having Indian food from outside. I'm like, I can't. I need to have something else.
Like
Honestly,
hard
I don't understand. Like when Indians travel, right? You're supposed to eat the food from where you're traveling to.
Someone
Yo,
understands.
but the
Don't
first
look
thing
for
every
Indian
Indian
restaurants
sort of,
over there.
yeah.
So the thing is, now a lot of people are very picky eaters, okay? And
Yeah,
I
very
know-
much.
My brother.
I know, Rohi, I know. We have seen it when you're but it's all good like that way. But so I remember that what I was trying to say was that there are people who are really picky eaters, and when you go to a different country or a different continent, right, and the food doesn't sit with you, like for some reason you're just not able to digest whatever's coming in or whatever it is. Why? Because you're Indian and you've grown up eating certain foods, you tend to gravitate more towards that. There's only so much sushi and like so much Chinese food that you can consume, or so much like, you know, shawarma or like meat and lamb or something. At the end of the day, you'll be like, please just give me some roti and sabzi. Because that's something that you've grown up eating, and it builds, it's a psychological comfort zone.
That's true, but like, you know, you just landed in the
experimenting is important,
place.
please. I'm
Yeah,
all for
you just
experimenting,
landed. Literally
At least
just
try, at
reached.
least try,
Yeah,
like, the
it's always a first choice. It's never like, oh, we'll think about eating this, and then maybe, you know, later in the day we can eat Indian. No, it's like you reach there, Indian food.
Yeah. Like if you're there for a really long period of time, and then you know you're sick of eating that food, you want it, then it's okay. But then like if you're just going there, you're like, okay, tell me all the Indian restaurants over here. It's just disappointing.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I know that we order Indian food at home only on the days where we're all like craving a very particular like hotel taste dal makhani
Yes,
or like butter
yeah,
chicken or
correct.
something. Or like, you know, like
True.
because I live in South India, there's also like, you know, the local foods, right? Like you have the chicken chettinad and like this really spicy South Indian flavors. That's pretty good. And of course, how can you forget the most iconic thing, biryani? There are
Oh,
yes.
shops more than anything else. I think biryani and alcohol shops are at the same level or at the same time. Yeah, like because biryani is a staple here, honestly, and there's so many different types to try. Like you can't pick, oh, you know, this one's good or no, that one's better. Like every time, like my brother.
There's such a wide variety of biryanis as well.
Yeah.
Like, because actually, the thing is, every district makes it differently.
Exactly.
You have Hyderabadi biryani, you have
Beautiful.
Like I think Kerala biryani is a lot different. I'm sorry to say,
It's
but
a
I'm
lot
not-
different.
I have not enjoyed it. It tastes terrible.
Really? I think you tried like a really bad one, probably.
Probably.
Yeah,
Because Kerala biryanis, yeah.
Bad biryani is yum.
Kerala biryanis are like a different level. Like I've tried Hyderabadi. I mean, Hyderabadi biryani is
supposed to be
it's-
flavorful, but it's very average. Like depends on the place that you
Average.
buy it. There was one or two places in Hyderabad, like, you know, something called Paradise that was supposed to be like, oh my god, it's paradise and all bullshit. It was the worst. thing
Yeah,
ever.
it wasn't that good. Honestly, yeah.
Overrating.
What is this? Sorry?
Actually, I think that was because like we raised our hopes up when we were going, because everyone was like, oh,
because
that is the
everyone
place to go.
Yeah. And the thing is, now there's so many more options that have come in, right? Like, so when I was living in Bombay, there was this restaurant next to my house. I can't recall the name at all now, but they had the most divine prawn biryani, and like I can't wait to eat it again. I don't know when I get to go back. I need my prawn biryani. Thank you. Just give me.
Yes. Yesterday, Nivya
I think
and
we need a
went-
second shot in Kerala biryani.
Yeah,
At a
actually
better
we do.
place.
Yeah, so the thing
yeah.
is, like, if it's
We do-
authentic, it makes sense, okay, because the flavors are different and stuff. My mom actually grew up in Kerala, so like she knows what's like Kerala food supposed to like, you know, taste like and all of that.
Taste
and I
like.
really, my most favorite thing in Kerala cuisine is curry meen porichadu. Oh my god.
Yeah. Everyone likes that.
fried chicken.
No, it's like it's
fried
steamed in
fish.
a banana leaf, and like there was this one restaurant here in Chennai. It was called Coconut Lagoon, and they had the best curry meen porichadu I have ever eaten in my whole life. And literally anywhere else I ate after that, it was such a disappointment. I'm like, y'all don't know how to make it. Let it be. And you don't get it because it's a river fish, right? And we live close to the coast, like it's the
Yeah.
sea and whatnot. I'm just like, when am I ever going to get to eat this again?
Okay, time for third segment. Yeah. I want to know if you guys have any like food pet peeves.
Food pet peeves. That's a big thing. Okay, so I'll give an example to explain. So a lot of people get annoyed, like they have a very specific way of eating Kit Kat and all of that. Like they get annoyed if
It annoys
someone.
me to the core when people go like, "You're eating Kit Kat wrong." Like, what's your problem? I just want to enjoy it.
Yeah, agreed.
Some people get annoyed when they just bite into it and they're like, no, you need to break the stick.
Yo, the same for ice creams. You know those chocobars? The amount of arguments me and my friends have had on how to eat a chocobar. I'm sorry if I'm a psychopath for eating the chocolate before eating the actual ice cream inside. Okay, but it's not like I'm killing someone. Let me be.
I know, just let us eat it the way we want. I actually hate it when people say like this is a way of eating. It's like just eat it the way you want to eat it.
Like, just shush.
No, I don't think I have any food pet peeves. I think it's more of an ingredients pet peeve.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
combinations.
the whole pineapple. Yeah, it's like the whole pineapple on pizza.
I'm not for that. Not
Halwa
for that.
and fish
pineapple
curry.
on pizza.
Actually, I haven't tried it, but I'm just judging it before trying it.
No, it's okay. You're not missing out. It's fine.
Yeah, you're not missing out.
It's okay.
I mean, it's
Don't do it.
fine.
Or if at
Maybe
any
likes
point,
it. Now I think it's fine.
I don't like it. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's fine.
So the thing
I
is,
feel
surprising, very, in fact, day before yesterday, I found out my dad loves pineapple on pizza, and like we had ordered some pizza for dinner. One was barbecue chicken, one was pepperoni or something, and it was some combo. Okay, some lot of things. And when the barbecue chicken came, and he took a slice from that, and so he took a slice of pepperoni and he took a slice of barbecue chicken, and we swapped it. We said, okay, you have this slice. There were like six slices or something like that. And I took a slice of the barbecue chicken and it had pineapples in it. I'm like, what the hell am I eating? What is this?
It's already sweet.
That'll be bad.
Yeah, like what barbecue chicken with pineapple?
Pineapples, yeah.
If I would have had a heads up, I would have been at least mentally prepped to tolerate that. Okay, I think like you know these vague combinations that are there. I think that some are just nice, some are damn weird. Like I thoroughly enjoy eating dosa and ketchup.
Oh, like that for me. When I was
like
small.
it's not bad. It's actually not a bad combination. So the thing is, like every time it takes effort to make chutney sambar. I am telling you this out of experience because I have lived alone. It takes an effort. Okay. to
Are you
build
the
that
kind
shit
of
up.
person who eats like the ketchup
insane.
right from the packet?
I like ketchup, but dosa with ketchup?
Oh my
it's
god, you guys
actually
should
not a
try
bad
cucumber.
combination. No, it's
You should
actually
try
not a bad
cucumber with
combination
ketchup.
because you know.
Cucumber with ketchup? What?
Cucumber with
What?
ketchup is actually good.
Cucumber. Yo, stop. It cannot be mad.
Cucumber with ketchup, mayo. So the thing is, it's basically sandwich ingredients without the bread,
God,
guys.
yeah.
What is your problem?
Actually, yeah. But I think the bread
No,
makes it.
yeah, bread makes it all together. It's like tying it up, you know. Like you can't just you can't just put on a shoe without
If your
tying it
friend-
on and just expect it
Okay.
to stay in, you know. Like
Naseem, now the thing is, if your friends call you a psychopath for eating the chocolate before the ice cream, I think like eating sandwich ingredients without making the sandwich is still acceptable. Okay?
true.
'Cause when-
Fine. I back off. White flag.
There's another really big debate. Is it eating soup or drinking soup?
Drinking.
Eating.
It's eating soup. because soup
Yes,
is
eating
made of
soup.
multiple ingredients, so they all. I
Do
think
you put it in a glass and drink it? No, nah.
Actually, some people
It's
do.
like
Some people
liquid.
genuinely
I
do.
I put it in
Yeah.
a mug because out of convenience, I'm like, who will take out a bowl and a spoon
Exactly.
and be all like fancy?
Okay, I just got proved wrong.
I think it's eating or drinking soup depending on the utensil you're using.
Yeah.
But if you're chewing, that means you're
not
eating.
Okay, then are you eating watermelon, drinking watermelon?
Guys,
Juice
Okay.
with the plum thing. You know? Like, okay,
Huh?
so Salim's been telling me, like, you're eating the thing with the. How am I explaining it? I'm not explaining it right. Wait. I'm not explaining it right. You know when there are like chunks of the fruit in like a drink? Are you eating the drink or are you
Yeah.
drinking
Ah,
it?
yeah.
oh yes, I was okay.
You're drinking the drink, but
You're
eating
eating
the
the
pineapple.
Exactly.
I mean,
So in the
pineapple, I
soup,
said
you're
watermelon.
drinking the soup and you're eating the ingredients in the soup. Like,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
Good solution.
Actually, yeah, I think Nazneen is right here. The thing is, I googled this now. Just for Both are correct. You can use either. You generally drink liquids, but you also eat with a spoon. So you can say I drank a cup of soup or ate a bowl of soup. I was right about the
Utensils.
Yeah, I think it's about the utensils. and-
utensils.
Utensils. It is. Good conclusion. Peace treaty.
Alright, guys, I think that brings us to an end of this episode. I really don't want to end. I think we all can talk about food all day long, but we will have to end now. So, thank you so much to Nazneem and Natu Didi for coming to our podcast. You guys were really entertaining to talk to and the perfect people to talk to about
Yup.
food.
Yes. If you like this episode, please make sure to follow us here on Spotify and check out our Instagram page at the official Gen Gap for weekly introduction to be part of our third question segment.
Yeah, because usually we have a third question segment, but this time we just had too much to talk about food.
Yeah.
Also, please show some love on our YouTube channel. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.